Hey, welcome guys, this is Mike. Hey, if you're new to my channel, thank you so much. Today we're going to be talking about taking our RV out, setting it up for the first time, and campground etiquette. So the first thing, I want to introduce y'all to my Jayco RV trailer in the background there. Okay, that's 29 foot Jayco J-Flight. Now, a lot of first time people, especially those of y'all that are renting from me, we rent on rvshare.com and outdoorsy.com. This video is for y'all mainly, but everybody else who stumbled across my video to try to learn about setting up an RV for the first time, stick around if you find what I'm talking about to be helpful. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you. Well, right now we are down in Galveston. We are at an RV resort, and first timers. So you've hooked up to this giant RV you're pulling behind your trailer. Okay, you're talking about 7 to 10,000 pounds of RV that you're pulling. You got to remember this thing is pushing you. Okay, so you pull into this nice RV park. I'm gonna turn around here. This is the main street right back here that you're going to be coming in on. First thing to remember is when you're coming in, slow down, take your time, make that turn wide, okay? If there's somebody there in front of you that's pulling out, let them go, then you pull in, okay? This is your first day of your vacation. Let's be safe. That's the number one thing, safety, okay? So you got a huge 29 foot RV, probably 7 to 9,000 pounds, depending on how you pack. Okay, and you're pulling it behind you. So we're going to come in to the RV park right here. Oh, here comes somebody right now. We're pulling in. Now, 5 miles per hour, guys. No faster. Let's be safe. You got people pulling into their parking spot. They're going to back up, pull forward, and they're going to adjust their trailer to be in the right spot that they need it to be. Now, be patient, okay? Just sit there and be patient. Stay in your vehicle, and you're going to get your turn. Okay, so you're wondering what to do next. I'm here at the RV park. Well, the next thing what you're doing is you're going to have your passengers, your co-pilot, your navigator, the person sitting next to you. That person needs to be looking for the office sign, okay? Most of these RV parks, especially down here in Galveston, are all alike. The offices are in the middle of the RV park. So have your navigator, like I said, your co-pilot, your passenger, be looking, because the driver, you really need to be looking for this. Skateboarders, little kids walking, okay? You got people walking dogs. Stay focused. All right. So, driver, pull in. You're looking for the office. Passenger, find the office. Now, I'm gonna turn right here the other way. I don't know if y'all can see, but let me get my finger right there, in the middle of the park, that 2-story building. Down here in Galveston, they're all like that, just about. Okay, you're gonna go to that office. Now, when you get over there by the office, what you're looking for is a row of cones or a long line painted on the ground. Now, that long line painted on the ground is for you to pull alongside. You pull alongside that long line, and I want you to set your emergency brake, turn off your vehicle, and exit the vehicle. Now, don't forget, there's something that you need to do. You need your driver's license. You're going to need your credit card that you reserved your reservation on, okay? Now, when you get out of the vehicle, take your phone with you, because there's 2 pictures I want you to take. This is going to help you out. One of the pictures that you're going to take is when you come around to the back of your truck, you're going to take a picture of your license plate. They may need that, okay? Now, while you're there taking a picture of license plate, there's something else I want you to do. I'm opening up my RV because I've already got this packed up. Now that you are at the RV park, you have this thing right here. Okay, for those of y'all that I put this on your truck already for you, you know what this is. This is a sway control. Okay, and remember I told you, you do not back up with the sway control on, please. So emergency brake, engine off, walk to the back of your truck, in between the truck and trailer right here, and remove the sway control. All right, loosen it up, put it in here. Okay, this is the front bin, the front driver's side bin. Put it in there, close it back up. Now you're good to go, okay? Because you're gonna be making tight turns and you're gonna be backing up, and you do not want that that sway bar on there. It will limit you and you can break it. So you've pulled up to the office, you got your credit card, you got your driver's license, you got the sway, you got your engine off, you have your emergency brake on, you've got the picture taken of your license plate, you got the sway bar off. Now go around to the back of the RV while you're walking over there, walking down the side of the RV. Go ahead and do an inspection of the RV, okay? Make sure your tires, everything's okay. Make sure nothing happened on your way. All right? Try to focus this camera. Go around the back of the RV. Go around back here and get a picture. The second picture. You're going to get a picture of the license plate on the back of the RV. Some places need it, some places don't. But it's a good thing to have. All right? Now, once that's done, you go in. They're going to give you a map. Most places are going to give you a map. You're going to need to know where to go. So they give you this map. They're going to show you exactly how to get back to your location. The reason why you need to know this, some RV parks are pull-throughs and back ends. Some roads are one way. They don't have road signs. They don't have one-way signs. They don't have stop signs here. They're going to show you on the map exactly how to go. Remember that, okay? Follow that path. Don't shortcut it. So drive that path, okay, to get to your spot. It's going to help you into backing up your RV. Now, you got everything. You got your map. You got your little pamphlet thing that you're going to put on your mirror. Go ahead, hang that up there, and remember, 5 miles per hour, guys. I cannot stress this enough, okay? Campground etiquette, okay? Let's go slow. Let's do what they said. Let's start our vacation off safely. Okay, so we get to the RV site. We're ready to back up. Do not just back in that spot. Pull alongside it. Get your passenger who's going to direct you out of the vehicle to go back there. Where you're going to be driving, check the ground. Make sure there's no screws, no nails. Make sure there's no obstacles. Another thing, if you see over my left shoulder here, you see that slide out. That's 3 feet on the driver's side of my trailer that's going to extend out. On that side over there is a water faucet and electrical box. Now, if I was to pull my trailer all the way over, let me get here, all the way over to the edge right here, I would not have room for this slide out to slide out that 3 feet, okay? So keep that in mind. Pull pretty much in the middle, okay? Perfect. Now you got your not your customer. You have your passenger out, and they're backing you in, and you get it backed in. Okay, now I'm gonna turn you around, and I'm gonna show you what to do after you get it backed in and ready to go. All right, now let's talk about hooking up our plumbing. When you come to the back of the RV, inside this back compartment here is where we keep everything for your electrical and your water hookup. Keep it all right here because this is usually where all campsites hook up, is on the driver's side rear. Okay, so the first thing when you pull up and you get everything set up, you get backed in, you want to come over here. You want to open this flap right here. Let me get down here. Okay, and inside here is going to be your electrical connection. And that's this cord right here. You're going to pull it out. and you're going to hook it up. You're going to hook it up into a 3-prong connection. This is a 30 amp. This is what our trailer uses. You can't connect it to this big one. This is a 50 amp. If you do need to connect to a 50 amp, that's all your resort has that you're at. In the front compartment on the driver's side, I do have an adapter for that. But we're going to use 30 amp, and this is where you plug up. Okay, now you need to look up here at your breakers. Right here it says 30 on this breaker. That's your 30 amp breaker. This is your side. This is where you turn that 30 amp breaker on. If you're using 50, that's the 50 amp breaker that you turn on. The 20 amp, that's for this extra outlet like you have at your house that you're going to use for whatever else you need to use. But this is a 30 amp connection. This is where you hook up. So first thing, get that connected. Go inside, turn the air conditioner on, start getting that thing cooling down. Alright, next thing is, you see down here I have 3 tubs. Those 3 tubs are going to be located in this compartment. In the big tub, we're going to have our sewer hose. That's one of them. The next compartment, I have the green hose. Okay, in here with this green hose, I have a pair of channel locks. It's in case it's seized on there, you need to take it off. We have a Y, and we have a sprayer. Now, if you have your RVs, bikes, or I mean not RVs, ATVs or bikes or anything you need to spray off, that's what this is for. You would take this Y, come over here to the water outlet, put this Y on there. One side of the Y, you're going to come off with the blue hose. That's for your drinking water. The other side of the Y, you're going to come off with your green hose. Alright, take that green hose, connect it, lay it underneath the RV until you need it. Let me show you something. On here are little valves. You can turn the water on and off depending on which one you want to run. Alright, so you get that hooked up. Now you're going to take your blue hose, you're going to connect it to the bottom of your water filter. The water filter is going to go up and connect to, let me back up a little bit, to this bottom water connection. It says city water connection. Okay. The top one up here, that's what you hook at the green hose up to flush the black tank out. So I'll backtrack a little bit. Let me back up here. As soon as you get the RV set up, ready to go, first thing you do, pull that electrical connection out, hook it up to 30 amp, turn the 30 amp breaker on, turn on the air conditioner. Next thing, go ahead and hook up your water connection. You see I only have the blue because I don't have anything I'm going to be rinsing off. So hook up the blue water. Don't turn it on yet until you connect it to the water filter that goes into the city water connection. Alright, now take your sewer hose out, and it's got this clear spacer on it. That's so when you're flushing everything out, you can see if it's clear or not. Connect it on first. Connect the sewer hose onto it. And inside this back box, you're going to have this little, I don't know, like a kickstand. And it's angled. What that does, that allows the flow of all your sewer water to come down, and it goes into your drain. Your drain should have a cap on it like this. Most RV sites have the exact same one. Screw on this elbow, and then connect up the sewer hose to it. Now, just a little tip. Right here, make a little, like a P-trap. So, bring it down the little staircase here, bring it down and back up. What that does, that allows no sewer gases to come from here, travel back up into your RV trailer, okay? So now, we have our electrical done, which is underneath here. We have our water done. We turned our water on. We have our sewer hose connected. Now underneath here, we got our 2 valves. This black one right here, that's your black tank. You're going to leave it closed. The only time you need to open that up is when you're draining your black tank. And draining your black tank, I'm going to show you a little bit later how to know when to drain it. Of course, you're going to drain it when you're leaving, but how to know if you're staying for an extended period of time, there's a little sensor in there that tells you when it's getting full. Okay, now the gray lever right here. Once you got this sewer hose hooked up, pull that gray lever. You're going to leave the gray lever out for the whole duration that you're here. The only time you're going to push that gray lever in is whenever you are draining the black tank. Never, ever, ever have the gray lever and the black lever open at the same time. Because if you're draining this black tank, it could back up and go right back up in your gray water tank and create a mess for you. It'll stink. All right, so that should take probably about 10 minutes to do. Next thing to do is you're looking for your cable box. If your resort that you're at has a cable box, I have this white wire in this same back compartment. Okay, connect the coax to the outlet, bring it around, and connect it right here where it says satellite cable TV input. All right, so open this flap up and screw it on there. Store it somewhere out of the way where you're not going to trip over it. And guys, that should take probably about 10 minutes to do, and then you're all set up. Okay, now we're going to talk about the control panel. When you walk in the door, up to your left, this is your control panel. Go ahead and open this door up. Now, first thing you want to do after you come inside here and you got the water turned on, you want to go ahead and turn on your hot water heater. Let's start that hot water heater warming up the water for your shower tonight. Okay? Now, the next thing here, it says gas. If I turn that on, that's for gas to heat up my hot water heater. So when are you going to need this? Whenever you're not hooked up to electricity. But if you're hooked up to electricity, go ahead and use the electric hot water heater. The water pump. The only time you turn on that water pump is when what we call boondocking. Boondocking means I have put fresh water in the fresh water tanks for you. You're not out, you don't have electricity, you're running off of a 12-volt system, okay? That water pump, it has a little pump underneath the kitchen sink, and it will pump the water for you when you turn the faucet on. And it's pumping it out of the two 40-gallon fresh water tanks that's supplied underneath the RV. The little indicators here, here's a battery indicator. Press it, you see we have full battery charge. Fresh water, it's going to be empty because we're not boondocking. We're at an RV resort. We're using city water connection. If you were boondocking, then that fresh water will let you know how much water you have left in your tanks. The black says how much waste you have in your black tank, in your potty. Okay. The gray, that's how much water is in your gray tank. Gray tank is what you use for your showers, what you use for your sink. Now, usually that one's going to be empty because remember, you leave the gray open all the time. Mine has something stuck on the sensor causing it to show 1/3 full. Okay, right here I've labeled my my lights. This is the inside lights. This is lights right over the sink, and this is the lights for the awning. This is the main control to let the awning out. Do not leave the awning out if you leave the RV. Do not leave the awning, take the awning out whenever you are in a high wind. Okay, that's a pretty expensive awning, so don't take it out unless it's a real nice day. The next is your slide out. You're gonna push the out button and push the slide all the way out. Now you're gonna hear it click. As soon as you hear it click, let off the button. Now in reverse, when you're getting ready to pack up, you do the exact same thing. You press the in and you wait for it to click. Now the awning does not click. The awning, you have to stop it as soon as it hits the trailer to bring it in. And when you're letting it out, you have to let off the button when it's fully extended. This voltage indicator in the middle I've added. That's just to let me know exactly how many volts are in our batteries right now. Otherwise, you just press the battery light and it just says full. You don't know how much is in there. So I added this, and this might be an upgrade for some of y'all full timers. That lets me know if it's 13.5, that means my inverter is charging my batteries right now. Now your inverter is over here under the sink, or under the stove. Okay, it's located in your control panel here with all your breakers and your fuses. Your inverter is right down here. That's going to be charging your battery for you while you're connected up to the 110. Because this RV works off 24 volts, everything except for the microwave, the TV, and all your outlets, like your fans, chargers, anything like that works off of 110. But the rest of the trailer, such as the lights, the refrigerators, everything else is 12 volt system. So that's a quick rundown of this panel. Now, when the power's unplugged from that inverter, this voltage indicator will read exactly what the battery has left in it. Now, so when it starts falling below 12 volts, I know my battery's going bad. With this thing up here, I never knew that. Now I do, so that's something for everybody to add. Okay, now let's talk about the refrigerator. The refrigerator here, I should already have this set up for you. We're going to have it in the auto position. Auto means as soon as you plug up to electricity, it switches off of the gas and goes straight to the AC power. I got it set on the coldest position right now because these refrigerators don't get extremely cold and they take a long time to cool down. So always have this in the auto position. If you're boondocking and you don't have electricity and you have it on auto and that gas light starts flashing, turn it off, turn it back to auto. Okay, what that will do, that will help it reset itself. If it still flashes again, a little tip for everybody, or anybody that has an RV and has had this problem, just come over to the range, turn these 3 pilots on, spark it like that. That's how you turn on the range. Okay, now it might take a couple times to do, a couple sparks. Now, when you do get it lit, that took some of the air out of the lines. Then come back over to the refrigerator, turn it back off, turn it back on, and that light, when it's on the gas, like that, it will quit flashing. Because getting that stove, getting that gas purged out of the line, that air purged out of the line, helps this refrigerator also. So, just a little hint for everybody.